3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? And welcome to episode 1 of the Idaho Film Boys, where we're just three guys talking about movies. And so, yeah, sorry, that's kind of a shitty intro. But I'm Matt from Matt Likes Movies, Instagram at Matt Likes Movies. Who are you guys?
I'm Landon. Do we have to say our Instagram?
Yeah, you can say your Instagram if you want.
I'm at Landon Evie on Instagram.
Cool.
Pretty boring.
I'm Reagan. That's at Reagan.wec.
Nice. All right. So first week of school. First week of school. How do you guys feel? How are y'all doing?
Not good.
Yeah.
Super boring.
Yeah, I know it is fucking boring. This week felt so slow for me for some reason.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, I know.
You guys started already?
Oh yeah, that's right. Crash, you haven't even started yet. I forgot,
I
dude.
started on Monday.
Oh yeah, this guy goes to a different school district. In case the viewers here don't know, me and Reagan go to the same school. Crash Landon over here goes to a different school. No, so he doesn't start until Monday.
Yeah.
So okay, cool.
Yep.
But yeah, this week has been pretty boring. It's gonna be a long year, but whatever. Wait, Landon, are you a junior?
Yeah, I'm
right?
a junior.
Okay.
Yep.
Same. Yeah, so are we.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's start talking about some movies, huh?
Okay.
Let's start off with this is basically gonna work. Here's like the outline for the podcast viewers. Every week we talk about a movie that we saw in theaters like the previous weekend, and then we talk about like some big concept or idea relating to film. And then at the end of the podcast, we do a Q&A section where I basically ask questions on my Instagram that you guys, or you guys ask questions on my Instagram that you want our answers to. So we do that. So yeah, let's start off with the first movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know that Reagan saw that, right?
Oh yeah, great movie.
Okay. And in Landon, you have not seen that one yet, right?
No, I have not seen that one yet.
Okay. Are you like familiar with Tarantino at all?
I think so, just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen every single one of Tarantino's movies, but I've seen most of them. Reagan.
I mean, if you've seen Pulp Fiction, you pretty much have seen all his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, Reagan. What do you think?
Well, I liked it a lot. I thought the story was really interesting, and like that's what Tarantino does. He tells the story really well, but yet again, he kind of tells the story the same way every time, which kind of makes it like it kind of is like repetitive, you know?
Yes, I felt that it definitely felt long, the movie.
Yeah, I feel like the story was dragged out longer than it needed to be.
Yeah, I mean, but that's kind of how I feel about every Tarantino film. Like, I like him as a director, but I'll just watch the movie once, think that was really great, but then I'll just never watch it again. I just don't think his films have rewatch value. Pulp Fiction is the only one that I would actually watch again.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I mean, I've seen I like Django a lot.
Yes,
I've seen that one actually a couple times.
I think that's his second best movie he's ever made. Django is very good. Yeah, I can definitely see that one. But even Django, I don't know if I've only seen Django once, and I don't know if I'd watch that one again either.
Mm-hmm. I think also with Once Upon a Time, I think what is done really well is the soundtrack.
Yeah, I liked my favorite parts of the movie for sure.
All the music in that.
Yeah. I thought it was good for the most part, but there was just some songs that I don't really think complemented a scene that well because I don't know. It's just not one of my favorite Tarantino soundtracks. He usually does a lot better in that department, I think, than he did in Once Upon a Time. Yeah. I don't know. But the soundtrack was like pretty great.
The music kind of set the setting because it's like taking place in the 70s and like that's where all the music was from.
Yeah, it took place in 69, so almost the 70s.
Pretty much 70s.
Yeah. My favorite parts of the movie were Brad Pitt and Leo Leo DiCaprio's performances. Mm-hmm. They were insanely good. And I also loved just like, yeah, the whole setting of 69, like all the sets that they had and like these set pieces and everything looked actually super realistic to like the time period. I didn't think it was a movie set. I thought it was actually like shot back then. That's how good it was.
You know, like the Western set where they're filming the movie
Yeah, I loved that
Leo's
scene.
gonna be in.
I
That
loved that
Western
scene.
set is at Universal Studios.
It is?
Yeah, you get to see that when you're going on the tram, and so
Oh, really?
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. They use that set.
Yeah, it's dope.
What
So
did
wait,
you think about the end of the film? Like
uh,
the
I don't
climax?
know. It's okay. So wait, can we go into spoilers on here about the movie? Landon,
Uh,
do you care if it's spoiled for you? Really?
I don't care. No.
Okay.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Yeah, spoiler for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, in case you guys haven't seen it. Okay, so basically, it's the entire movie. I was so impressed, like watching it, except for the last 20 minutes, because I think it's like Tarantino's most mature movie. Like, it's so tightly crafted and precise in everything he does. Every single beat is like for a given vision and a purpose. And I feel like even though it's very long, I don't feel like there's wasted time. You know, and I feel like it's just he knows exactly what he wants to do. Like, this is the type of movie I want to make. And so I was like, this is really like just mature and impressive. Until the last 20 minutes, what he does is he just goes all batshit insane. Basically, there's like people getting lit up by a fucking flamethrower. There's like people's necks getting like bashed in and stuff, and then like a dog bites a guy's balls off. Like, you know, normal like violent Tarantino stuff. And I thought it was entertaining for what it was, but I don't think it helped the movie at all. Because it was super inconsistent with like kind of the world they'd set up, I thought, personally.
Yeah, I feel like it was inconsistent with like how the film, like you have 2 hours of just following an actor and a stunt man, and then all of a sudden everything goes wild off the rails, and it's like this fighting movie. But I loved watching Brad Pitt tripping on acid. That was
yeah, that was really funny.
hilarious.
That was really funny.
But like,
yeah.
also, I loved how like it like again it was like inconsistent, but then out of the blue, Leo comes out of his pool shed with a flamethrower. That's incredible.
I know. I mean, it was crowd pleasing. Like, it got a standing ovation at Cannes Film Festival in France, and like that makes sense, right? Because like it just made everybody happy. But I don't know. I thought that part was really cool, but like really stupid at the same time. The ending left me kind of indecisive on if I liked it or not. But overall, I thought it was a great movie. I think it is in the better half of Tarantino's movies. Yeah. Like all 9 of them, I'd say it's like top 4. I think probably like 4th best. I give it an 8.2 out of 10.
I feel like it really shows like everything Tarantino has learned from the past doing movies. He put it all into one big film.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It's very dialogue heavy, and I think that Tarantino's dialogue heavy premise only works if you like the characters. And here's the thing, I didn't like Jackie Brown because I didn't give a fuck about any of the characters in Jackie Brown, and that was my same complaint with the Hateful Eight. I didn't like any of the characters in Hateful Eight, so it was just super boring. This one, though, I legitimately really, really liked Leo and Brad Pitt's characters, Cliff Booth and Rick Dalton. That they were really well written and interesting and relatable.
So one thing that Tarantino does is he has cameo in all of his movies, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, no, he didn't in this one. It's not in all of his movies. He wasn't in. Was he in the Hateful Eight?
I don't think he was.
No, he also wasn't in Jackie Brown either. So I think he only did that like in his super earlier stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, because like in Reservoir Dogs, he has a huge part.
Yeah, and in Pulp Fiction, he has a pretty decent sized part too, where he says the N-word as a white guy.
He says it like 20 times. Hard R, hard R.
Yeah.
Oh man, he went full racist there.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. By the way, okay, so Tarantino has a massive foot fetish. Oh, like Reagan, have you noticed that? In all of his movies, he just shows female feet as like the main thing in the frame. In Once Upon a Time, that's at least 20 times. It was getting gross.
I really noticed it when she put her feet, the girl that Brad Pitt picks up, she put her feet right
on
on
the dashboard.
the windshield.
Yep. I know. And
That was nasty. That was
and-
gross. They were
I know.
yellow. They were yellow. It was disgusting.
Oh my god! And he like zooms in on her toenail and crap, and like freaking Margot Robbie is Sharon Tate, just putting her feet right in the middle of the frame when she's watching her movie in the movie theater.
I know.
It's like that's so intentional, dude. And they're always bare feet. They're never like shoes or socks. It's bare ass feet every time.
Yep.
It's
that is. I didn't pick up on that, but yeah,
it's kind of fucking weird.
Shows up.
Yeah, I don't know. Crash Landon, did you see the trailers for this movie?
Yeah, I did.
What do
I
you
was
think
gonna
from
go
like,
see it, but
yeah.
time.
So do you think it like looked good?
Yeah, it looked good. I don't know. It kind of looked kind of cheesy, like one of those movies they just make just to get money.
No,
But-
I didn't feel that at all.
Really?
Like I could maybe see that from the trailers. You know, I don't think that the
Yeah.
trailers really like captured exactly what it is, because I could kind of see that, because from the trailers I did see a little bit of like, I thought, oh, okay, it's just because like Tarantino wants to jack off to like old movies and 69 Hollywood. Like he doesn't actually give a fuck about the characters of the story. He just wants to be like quirky and old. But no, it definitely wasn't that. But I can kind of see where you're coming from, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would recommend seeing it if you can.
Try.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that kind of all we have to say about that one, Reagan? You
Yeah,
got any more thoughts?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
All right. Yeah. So, Reagan, what would you rate it out of 10?
I'm kind of with you, kind of in the 8 to 9 range.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
there.
thinking 8.2.
Because I still liked it, even
Yeah, I thought it was really great. All right. Next movie, Landon, you saw Good Boys, right?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw that too. Let's talk about this one for a while. What do you think of it? What was your general thoughts?
I don't know. It's kind of in. I don't know. I would say it's like in my favorite movies range. I thought it was really good.
Like of all time?
Yeah.
Oh
Like of all
wow.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was really good.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So
I
I just
thought.
saw it earlier today, and so I'm
Yeah.
like refreshed on it.
So wait, what puts it at like your all-time favorite, like one of your all-time favorites then?
I don't know. I know I'm not like an adult yet, but it kind of like brought me
Mhm.
back to like that age.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what I experienced too. Like I had like these girl crushes where I thought I was gonna marry this girl and all that.
And then it just
And
lasts for like
kinda,
a little bit, right?
yeah,
And then you just
yeah.
move on. And yeah, I totally agree with you there. I thought it captured that perfectly. That
Yeah.
was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was really great too. I would not say it's in my all-time favorite movies by any means, but I thought I gave it like a 7.3 out of 10. I thought it really captured, yeah, just like, you know, sixth grade boys hanging out well, and like, you know,
Yeah.
your entire life you feel like is devoted to like this one girl. And then I really just like how it showed him dating her. Like the whole movie had been
Yeah.
leading up to this kid wanting to date this girl.
Yeah.
And then once he finally gets with her, it shows him dating her for like 10 seconds. And then it
Yeah,
just moves
they
on to the
break
next
up.
girl. And then he breaks up with. I thought that was brilliant.
And
That's
then
completely
they get
genius.
together. They get together.
Yeah,
So-
and then
That's
his
pretty
two
funny.
girlfriends that he used to date become lesbians, and that was fucking funny. Yeah. I also thought the three main actors have very good chemistry.
Oh yeah.
The three main boys, they actually, like, those actors are very good, and they actually seem like they could be friends in real life, and I think they are friends in real life. You know, I have really bought into their friendship, which a lot of times in like these child actor friends movies, I just don't buy that these kids are actually friends. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, all the actors individually were great, but together they just had zero chemistry. I didn't believe that any of them were friends at all.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. What did you think that every joke was funny? Like, how often did you laugh?
I laughed most of the time. I thought some jokes were stupid.
I agree
but,
with you.
You know, that's movies. You can't laugh at all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So I thought that like about 80% of the jokes hit in general, either like a big laugh or like a little laugh for me. But yes, it's like a good 20%. I'd say we're really fucking stupid. Like, I thought that some of it was too far-fetched. I did not like my least favorite scene in the movie was where they were all crossing the highway full of like these cars going 90 miles
Oh
per
yeah,
hour. And they all just like complete I like that's stupid. That's some bullshit right there.
yeah. That's
Um
not even realistic. At least one of them would have got hit.
yeah, I know. It was I found that a little dumb. The paintball scene was also kind of ridiculous too. But I found the funniest parts in the movie to just be the super subtle stuff where it's just like them hanging out and they're just like giving these little quips together.
Yeah.
I found that to be the funniest stuff. Like when they tried to go for the super over the top juvenile, like ridiculous humor, I didn't think it was that funny. But like the small stuff, I thought was the best
Yeah.
for me.
I thought the cop scene was pretty funny.
Yeah, the cop scene was great. I was laughing my ass off during that scene. That was really fucking funny. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So Reagan probably thinks we're insane right now because Reagan, you saw the trailer and it looks awful, right?
Yeah, it looks all right. Like I'll go watch it, but
I disagree with you that it even looked all right. I thought it looked terrible. I was.
yeah, no, you came out with a statement saying that it looks like it's just filmed by a bunch of pedophiles.
It did. There's like these kids with like fucking like gags in their mouth, looking like they're about to get raped and shit. And like from the trailer, it looked like every single joke was just terrible because it was edited in such a way to make you think that it was a movie way different than it actually was.
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude. And like I don't know. I was just really disgusted by it. But once I actually saw the movie and saw what it was actually trying to do, you could tell that they weren't just a bunch of pedophiles. You could tell it was a guy who just wanted to make a movie about like friendships.
Yeah.
You know, with like kids and stuff.
Who is the director?
A guy that I've never heard of. He has a weird name.
like,
this is his first film, I believe.
I know. Yeah, I know Seth Rogen produced it. And
yeah,
I love Seth. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I know Seth Rogen is pretty great. But the guy who directed it, I can't remember his name, but I looked him up. This is his first feature film, and he's like unheard of, and he has like a really weird like foreign name that I probably can't pronounce. So yeah, someone commented if you know it. But my biggest issue with the movie is that okay, so there's no visual style to this movie at all, and with comedy movies, that's often hard to do. Like, well, not hard to do, but it's often just like kind of overlooked as not being that important. But like every single shot in this movie is just like shot, reverse shot, like show what's on the screen and then like do nothing else, just like hard cut. Yeah. There's like zero interesting stuff to look at. But I don't really see that as a bad thing because it wasn't really going for that. But yeah, it's not nearly as good as the movie Booksmart, which has a very similar premise. Booksmart came out this year. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. I'd say probably like my second favorite movie of the year. It's a comedy movie about basically like these two girls who had been super smart and like acted good their whole life. And then on their last day before graduation, they wanted to go to their first party ever. So it's kind of similar to this movie. These kids who are like going into middle school want to like go to a party because they've never done it. Kind of similar. Booksmart, I thought it was just a lot better because I thought that like nearly all the jokes in Booksmart landed and the characters and then the two main actresses were better because these kids, they had good chemistry during the like comedy scenes, but like in the scenes where they had to act sad and emotional, it was like borderline embarrassing. Like the crying scene, you could just tell how fake that shit was when they were all like crying and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not too good. But Booksmart, the acting was a lot better, and Booksmart was shot really well, had a really good visual style. But yeah, that's enough about Booksmart. Not really talking about that, but I don't know. I thought in the end it's a success as a movie.
What would you rate it, Matt? What did you? I forget what you rated.
I gave it a 7.3 out of 10. I thought it was pretty great for what it was trying to do, but I mean, I don't think it was going to be like some fantastical like great movie. But in the end, like I don't like comedies. I noticed Landon, like that's your favorite genre, right? Comedy movies.
I love comedies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have any comedy movies in like my top 10 favorite movies because they're just not usually a genre that I'm attracted to a whole lot. But that's just difference of taste, you know? So I could definitely see like anyone else rating it a whole lot higher. But I just thought like for what it was trying to be, it succeeded, but it didn't really like give me some food for thought after the fact. And I'm not like dying to rewatch it a ton of times.
Yeah.
So I'd say a good 7.3. All right, let's move on to the big discussion of the week. Ready, guys?
Yes.
Who remembers what it is?
Yes.
You guys know Reagan.
Disney remakes.
Yeah, good job. Fuck yeah. Yeah, Disney remakes. I wanted this to be the opening topic because it's Disney rules the world as of now. They have 5 movies. This is insane to me. So the year is like I'd say 3/4 over, about like less than 3/4 over. They've already had 5 movies come out this year that have grossed over $1 billion, and one of them is the highest grossing movie of all time. But yeah, the other 4 grossed over $1 billion. That is insane to me how much money they are making off of this shit. And let's see. What were the 5? Endgame,
Toy Story.
Toy Story 4. Yep. Spider-Man,
Lion King wasn't.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh shit! No, they've had 6. They've had 6, right? So wait, it was Endgame, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Toy Story, Aladdin, and Lion King. So no, they've had 6 movies that have grossed over $1 billion this year. And I don't think that any of them deserve it except for Endgame, which I thought was great. But literally all the rest of them, I rated like below a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, Lion King was. I hated that.
Thank you. Lion King is my least favorite movie of the year because
it had no emotion. It was terrible.
Nothing, no substance. What I look for in what makes a movie good is presentation and like effort and creativity. I saw none of this in The Lion King. There was no effort put in at all. You could tell they were just beat for beat studio, make a near shot for shot remake. And when you're making these photorealistic lions that look so goddamn realistic, why are they talking? Because they can't show emotion in their facial expressions like they can in the original. So Mufasa's death scene was just embarrassing. I was laughing my ass off during Mufasa's death scene in this movie because it's just like this freaking lion with a blank expression when he's seeing his dad dies, and then the voice actor is like, "No!"
Yeah, it zooms in on him. It zooms in on him.
Yeah, I know.
He's squealing. Oh no! I didn't like the way Scar said "Long live the king" in this one.
Yeah, Scar was just a normal guy.
It sounded weird. I don't know. Yeah, I think for me, I thought that for the movie, I thought the CGI was let alone nothing else. Just thinking of CGI, I think the CGI was really good.
Yeah,
they did do a good job with the CGI. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
but they didn't do anything new. They didn't try anything.
No, there's a couple new jokes, but they were garbage.
And they weren't funny.
No.
Yeah, and they fucking ruined Scar. His voice actor was terrible. The song "Be Prepared" was a joke. That was my favorite song.
It was only 1 minute. They took out the rest of it.
They didn't show the Nazi salute.
The Nazi hyenas. We need the Nazi hyenas in the movie.
Those are Nazis.
God.
Yeah, I feel like after I watched that movie, I went home and listened to the actual "Be Prepared" song. Yeah, the other one's so much better.
I know. I know. And like Reagan, the CGI that you were talking about, it looks so realistic, but if you're going for such a realistic feeling so that the lines can't show any emotion on their faces, then why are they talking and singing?
Yeah.
It's just completely I just don't think it helps at all for me.
Yeah, whatsoever. So I feel like I liked it in a sense that I loved being put back into experiencing that movie again.
Yeah.
Because I do love the original one, and I don't know, I think it still brought me back, but it's the same movie, so
I don't think it brought me back at all. I also grew up with the original one, but I don't know, I've just seen the original a lot of times, and it just brings me back to my childhood experiences when I rewatch the original than when I was in the theater watching this. Because the whole time I was just thinking how unoriginal and uninspired this is. Also, all the voice acting sucked. Donald Glover as Simba was awful. He's usually great. He was great in Solo as Lando. I thought he was the best performance in that movie. But in this one, he's nothing. I didn't care for his character in the slightest. Did you guys? What do you think of that?
It was really boring.
Really boring.
It was just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good job, but all right performance from him. I think who stole the show in that was Pumbaa and Timon. I think they were the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
agree to an extent. I wouldn't say they stole the show. I don't think that anything stole the show in it. But I think that they were like the only part that was somewhat tolerable, and they were trying to be like a bit different from the original in their performances in those two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So I
watched
appreciate
they were interviewing like Seth Rogen, and he was even talking about how they tried to like change it up. They didn't want it to be the same, but
Yeah,
that's not what they did for the whole film.
yeah. I'd agree with you on that one.
All right, so like, what do you think? Like, well, I already know what you think, Matt. Like, Lion King is a total money grabber.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the only reason it was made.
it's like, what about Aladdin? What do you think about Aladdin?
I thought Aladdin was pretty good.
Why? I just had the exact same problems with Aladdin that I did Lion King. Aladdin was as bad as Lion King, but I still gave Aladdin like a 4, but probably I'm going to change it to a lower. Because, like, what did it do for me? What reason was it there to be made? And I didn't see any effort in Aladdin at all. Like, why do you like it, Landon?
I don't know. Will Smith kind of brought a lot to the genie character.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jokes that came up again throughout the movie, and I don't know. I thought it was just entertaining, but
Okay.
Robin Williams will always be like the
Yeah.
perfect.
Shoot, that's my dog. Sorry, guys. Okay, well, just ignore him if he barks again.
Alright.
But I don't know. For me, like Will Smith in that movie, he did fine and like he tried, but I don't really think it was all that great. He was just being Will Smith, and
Yeah.
the humor, the new jokes that they added, I thought were embarrassing to watch. Like they were going for this awkward humor thing. They had like so many scenes with this new character who's like Jasmine's. God, what do you even call her? Like basically like
maid, like
yeah,
hands
maid
or something.
with her
That
and like Will Smith, and the filmmakers thought it was so funny that it was just like them acting super awkward around each other, and like that was the extent of the joke. I was just cringing. I didn't find that funny at all. But I don't know. Some of the songs I found to be great. Friend Like Me was great, and Arabian Nights was great. Especially Arabian Nights. I thought that was the only thing in the movie that was better than the original, actually. The opening song. I'm like, holy shit, this movie's going to be amazing. Like, this song is so good, it gave me chills, and then the rest of it just sucked. But, Reagan, did you see it? Reagan?
Reagan.
Is Reagan?
Sorry. Sorry, I'm back. See Aladdin?
Yeah.
Oh no, I never saw Aladdin.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I don't
didn't
know.
think the villain, like the actor that played the villain, I didn't think that was very good.
He was awful. I thought he was awful. He's just no personality again, just a normal guy. Iago, the parrot, wasn't a character, just a normal parrot.
Yep.
I heard, didn't they like at the end? Didn't they change it from being the big genie to a big parrot?
Yeah, just a big ass parrot flying around instead of.
Oh wow!
It was awful. No, he was actually a big genie for one scene. It was the big snake that they replaced because he turns into a big snake usually at that scene. Yeah, they replaced that, but he was a genie for like 2 seconds at the end. But God, yeah, also like when all these characters, it just felt so artificial to me because all these characters who were supposed to live in this Middle Eastern city, all these poor people walking around the streets, are wearing bright purple, white, glowing, spotless clothes. Every single last ensemble member. And I just like, why aren't their clothes dirty? You know, I don't get the sense of like that they're actually these people. It just feels like a ton of trained like people who know dance in like a studio with a ton of bright lights.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. Aladdin, I actually feel there's more reason to remake it in live action than The Lion King. But again, it's an animated movie with a genie flying around and like a fucking guy in a robe with a talking parrot. Like, just don't even remake that in live action at all in the first place. And it made over $1 billion, so there's no sign of them stopping. But do you guys think there is any good live action Disney remake?
The Jungle Book.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you.
Jungle
Even
Book
then, I gave it a 6 out of 10. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's the best one in my opinion because it did do enough, and I actually thought there was a reason to remake it. And like the CGI, that was 2016. That CGI was like never seen before. CGI that good.
Yeah.
in my opinion. I thought that really blew me away the first time.
It was a new thing.
Yeah.
But now they're just doing the same thing over and over.
I know. It's just all the same shit. Fucking Milan actually could be okay because they're changing it enough because they're not adding in the talking dragon and they're not adding in any of the songs. So this actually could be a good live action movie because they're not just throwing in all this shit that should be animated in it.
Yeah, I think the songs kind of boosted it though.
Yeah, they're not
the songs. I don't know.
They're not having the songs in it.
They aren't.
No.
They aren't.
You're telling me we're not gonna hear "Make a Man Out of You"?
Make a Man Out of You. That's my favorite. One of my favorite.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're not hearing that. But I think it's good. I think it's good because they're at least doing something different and they're wanting to make this more of like a war movie, like a serious war movie.
Yeah, I don't think they will put like them like singing it, but I think they might like keep the tune of it. You know
yeah, like they would use it for the score.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
I can see that.
That's like, I don't know. That'll help a lot of people because I think some people will be mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that being crowd pleasing. Well, yeah, Jungle Book was good, I guess. But that was when Disney remakes weren't like super stale or anything.
All right.
Beauty and the Beast is embarrassing. Yeah, what
do you guys think about Lady and the Tramp?
Oh, the new Lady and the Tramp shit?
Yes.
That's going to be on Disney. Well, I'm not going to see it because I'm not going to buy Disney Plus. I don't want to give them any more money for crap I don't care about. Are you guys going to get that?
I think I'll get it just because of the Marvel stuff on it.
I really want to see the Loki show.
Yeah.
What? Out of all things,
I think it'll be good. Same with okay. I want to see them all. Okay, not just Loki. Like I want to see Winter Soldier and Falcon.
That one's
I don't know how WandaVision will do.
It's probably
what is it even?
Be her having sex with a robot. That's like
her having sex with Vision.
Is it? Wait,
basically what it's gonna be.
For WandaVision, is it gonna? When is it? When it's the time period? Because Vision's dead.
I have no goddamn idea.
When they're spending time with each other. I think that's when it is.
Yeah, like 3/4 of Phase 4 of Marvel is just a fucking prequel to Endgame. So
today on Instagram I saw some leaked trailer for Black Widow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was literally like 20 seconds long, but from what I can see, it looks all right.
I mean, yeah, I think that like all normal like standalone Marvel movies are all just all right, you know? It's just like they're not bad there's a few bad ones, but like I say that the most of them like the formula just works so well that they're not bad objectively at all. But did you like Captain Marvel Crash Landing?
I hated it, dude.
I thought it was really bad.
That movie was. I feel like
and they ruined Nick Fury too. So.
Yeah.
I hated Nick Fury in that movie. That was really bad.
I feel like with Captain Marvel, they completely ruined the character.
Oh yeah.
Because here, Captain Marvel is the most powerful, being in this universe. But they're making her look like this cocky know-it-all hero that no one likes. Yeah. Like, I mean, and then people say like, "Oh, you don't like women as heroes."
It's not true.
That's not true. Black Widow's amazing.
I agree.
Gamora is amazing.
I completely agree.
Captain Marvel.
Pepper Potts is great, but
her character just makes no fucking sense in the MCU, and also just like her personality. Like, I don't even get what she's trying to be. It's just like
about just like taking her out, like period.
No, they won't.
I know they won't because everyone's gonna like throw a tantrum about it.
No, that's not even true. I think the majority of people would be happy. I just don't even think that Kevin Feige would consider it. He jacks off to Captain Marvel every day. He loves her. He thinks that he's some like feminist hero because he put fucking Brie Larson in a movie.
Yeah,
so stupid.
I heard the actors don't even like her. Like there's not a lot of chemistry there.
Well, there's none. There's not that.
Yeah.
Her character just makes no sense because she's so insanely overpowered. It can just do everything. They literally had to write her out of Endgame, come up with the most bullshit excuse imaginable in Endgame just to keep her out of the movie so that it would be decent to watch. And then in the scenes that she was in, I thought she just ruined and took like all attention.
With the scene when it's Peter Parker, and then she says, "Hi, Peter Parker." I cringed.
Awful.
I cringed at that.
It was basically used as a human missile in that movie.
That was my least favorite scene in the entire movie, when she flew through Thanos' fucking ship.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. And in the beginning where she's like, "Oh yeah, well you guys didn't have me," and then she literally just puts him in a chokehold.
Oh
It does nothing. She literally helped like zero.
It's just so undeserved. You know, her character is just, her powers make no sense, and her character makes no sense. It's just
I also like at the beginning when they're all talking about like how they're gonna take down Thanos, you know, and then Rhodes asks the most obvious question: "Where the hell have you been all this time?" And she says there are a lot other planets that needed help, and you guys weren't there, dude. New York was getting invaded by Thanos' army. Is that not a good enough excuse for you to come over and help?
Yeah, exactly. They just had to write her out of the movie. They didn't do.
Yeah.
God. And like Disney, these Disney executives feel that to make a strong, independent female character, they just can't show any emotion. Like if you're getting fucking lasers blasted at you and getting punched in the face, you think it'd like hurt a bit, right? But she just like stands there with a blank expression, and that's not fun to watch or relatable to the audience at all. I can't connect with that in any way. You know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
When she got headbutted by Thanos.
Just stands there. Oh my god.
And then she gets blasted off the screen for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone started cheering when she got.
I did. I laughed in the theater when she got punched in the face so hard.
Yeah, I know. Like I didn't get excited when Thanos headbutted her. I'm like, oh. But then when he grabs the Power Stone and boom! Oh, dang! Just got knocked out of this world.
Oh yeah.
Well, since we're on the topic, what do you guys think about Spidey leaving the MCU?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of room for him now with like Venom and all that.
Yeah.
I think it could be good. Because right now, I don't know. It's kind of cringe.
I don't even know. It's like, on the one hand, I don't really think that like Spider-Man is super necessary for the MCU. I didn't really like either of the Spider-Man movies. I thought he was great in Infinity War, but he didn't do anything in Endgame, and I didn't like either of the MCU Spider-Man ones. And I don't think in the hands of Sony he's going to be good either, because Venom was embarrassing as a movie. That was just super cringeworthy and bad. And I don't know. Sony made the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and those were awful. They made Venom. That was awful. You know, it's like, I don't really know what they can do that's much better than the MCU. I just wish someone else could take it over.
Yeah, I feel like... So I've heard different stories on this whole situation with Spidey. Like, I've heard Sony's version of it. I've heard Disney's version of it. But, like, seeing Disney in the past, I feel like it is Disney's fault.
Oh yeah.
That
I think so.
He's leaving because Disney wanted to take 50% of the earnings from Spider-Man.
Yep.
All right. But you also have to think, I read this. Sony is they're doing 100% of the funding for the movie. They're putting everything into it. And then Disney gets at least 5% from the movie, but then they also get merchandise and toys and stuff like that. And Sony at least wants to make a little bit of money to keep them going, because Disney's like this huge empire now, if you will, and they don't need 50%. And and it's kind of like a money grab almost.
I think that's super selfish on Disney's part, because my God, they have so much money. Like, if they lost all of Star Wars, like, they'd still be the most money earning company in America.
Yeah.
Like, just think about it. If they lost fucking Star Wars, they'd still be the most, like, come on. Like, you can give up a little bit of your profit off of one single character in one single huge franchise with hundreds of characters, like, just to keep them in there, just to keep people happy, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Also, Stan Lee's, who was it his daughter? It was a relative to Stan Lee. She's taken the side of Sony on this one. saying
Really?
like she feels like Disney they're kind of like I don't know using I don't know, I shouldn't be putting words in her mouth, but it sounded like she's like saying Disney's kind of like using his. Well, I guess they are. Never mind. Forget what I'm saying. I read something on it. All right.
Someone can look that up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. Disney's
What do you
just.
think? What do you think Stan Lee would think about it?
Stan Lee would think about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's his character. Keep in mind, he's the one
It
who
is,
fucking
yeah.
invented the guy, and it's like the character he's most proud of. He's like most closely associated with Spider-Man out of all the crap he's made. So
Everyone knows him for Spider-Man.
yeah. What do you think about it? I think he'd be on Disney's side, but I feel like he's a type of guy that he wouldn't want Spider-Man to be involved only in a deal like strictly because of money anyway. I feel like
Okay. Yeah. That's what it was like. Like what his daughter said.
What his daughter
That's
said.
what he wouldn't want it to be like this.
He didn't take like any profit from the movies.
Mm-mm.
I saw him in like an interview. He just wanted to be in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. He was a great guy. I feel like he just wants Spider-Man to be in whatever property would make the most amount of people happy. In that case, it would be the MCU. So I feel like he would take Disney's side anyway, just because of the fact that he likes the MCU and he wants like Spider-Man in there. But I don't really know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
I'd like to see a Spider-Man and Deadpool movie though.
Spider-Man and Deadpool movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan
Reynolds and Tom Holland. That would be a pretty funny combination.
That would be actually super funny, actually. But yeah, then they would still keep. Oh my god, did that PG-13 Deadpool shit? Did you hear about that?
They better not. They won't.
Oh
they won't. They
God.
won't.
They're
not that stupid. They're not that stupid.
Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine. The guy would be awful. Oh yeah, the fucking Terminator. Called Terminator Dark Fate. The director of Deadpool is directing that. It looks so bad. That's the same Captain Marvel crap. They're like, all right, we have to put women in movies, have them have super short hair, and just be a complete badass who feels no pain or emotion the entire movie. And just
that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be
that's how
Captain
any
Marvel
movie is gonna be for like the next 10 years.
Honestly, probably. I think a female superhero 100% perfected, you literally cannot do any better, is Wonder Woman. That is my second favorite superhero movie ever made.
Really?
Any of them. I like 9.8 out of 10.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the newest one where it's
Wonder Woman 84. That's super promising.
I think so that's the one thing that the DCEU did right. They did Wonder Woman correctly.
Yeah.
Like they really knew how to bring in a female superhero.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Shazam? I thought Shazam was pretty good.
I thought it was great.
I liked it.
Yeah, I gave that a 7.2 or something like that. I can't even remember, but yeah, I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm. I think they're starting to flip around. It's still going to need some work, but
they're starting to kind of. Shazam was pretty Marvel-ish.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I think they're starting to understand how the algorithm works.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Justice League, God.
Yeah, that's the worst superhero movie of all time. I think.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
It's a whole new. I give that a 1 out of 10.
What do you think about Patterson as Batman?
Good. I think it's great.
I think he can pull it off.
He was a vampire, and now
I know. Yeah. Everyone only knows him as the vampire from Twilight, but you guys have to watch a movie called Good Time. Came out 2 years ago, and it stars Robert Pattinson, and it's like a gangster crime drama. It is a fantastic movie, and he gives an amazing performance. He is a great actor, dude, and he's going to be in a horror movie this year that I'm so excited for called The Lighthouse.
He's in the Lighthouse. Yep.
He's one of the main actors. I saw that. And
I think that'll be good.
Early reviews, he does fantastic, and he's like Oscar worthy. He's a great actor.
Yeah, the Lighthouse is from the same director that came out the movie The Witch.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I have seen The Witch, and The Witch is also great.
Yeah, I watched that late at night by myself.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Ooh, yeah, that ending is scarring, man.
Yeah, I know. It's that and Midsummer are really fucked up.
Oh, dude, I can't unsee Midsummer. I can't
That was also
get.
great, dude.
It's
That was
good.
so good.
It's really good. But I can't get that out of my head. It is just. It's never coming out.
Yeah, I know.
That
It's,
movie was scarring, and I like that director too. He's the one that did Hereditary.
yeah, Ari Aster.
Yeah,
He's pretty great.
He's good, and I'm excited to see more from him.
I am super excited to see more from him. He really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows how to make a good horror film.
Yeah, he does. All right. Should we move on to questions, Q&A segment, guys?
Yeah, let's get into
All right, let's do it. We got some questions off of Instagram. Every Thursday on Idaho, what's the focus on name? Idaho Film Boys Instagram. I will be posting on my story to drop the little Q&A thing, and then also on my personal page, Malik's Movies Q&A thing. And then all of you guys listening can drop your questions that you want us to cover in the next episode. So obviously we won't be covering all of them, but we can get some in there. All right. First question is from C Brooks 15. What is your favorite movie of all time for all of us? Do you guys need some time to think about that one?
Oh, I already know.
I got mine.
Yeah, all right. I meant too. All right, Reagan, start with you.
Okay. It's kind of hard because I love all three of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
I love them so much. Mm-hmm. But if I had to choose, it'd either have to be between the second one or the third one. But
okay.
Probably the third one because it's incredible.
It is
what Peter Jackson was able to do. Mm-hmm. And that was early 2000s.
Yeah, it's 2003.
So like they didn't have the best technology to do all that, and he made it look incredible. It still is like up to today's standards.
It looks better than like Captain Marvel and Spider-Man Far From Home CGI.
Oh yeah.
Like, way better. Yeah, that is my fifth.
What do you think about The Hobbit?
Okay, I like the first one. The first one was pretty good, but then the second and third one, it was just disappointing.
I completely agree with you. We agree on Lord of the Rings. Yeah, third one's the best in my opinion. That's my fifth favorite movie. But yeah, the first Hobbit was great. Other two not so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great movie, Reagan. All right, Crash Landon. What's your favorite?
Right. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Really? Okay.
That's my favorite movie.
Okay, could you explain that one?
All right, you want me to explain this genius of a movie? All right.
Yes, please.
So, it's this dude, and he's a pet detective, and it's Jim Carrey. So, obviously, it's going to be good.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just freaking hilarious. And, like, the trans, or, like, the kicker for the Dolphin. Undercover as like a trans on the police force, and like the scene where everyone like starts scraping their tongues because they all kissed her or him.
Yep.
Yeah. I
saw that once like 4 years ago. Thought it was kind of funny.
I like the second one when he's in the
rhino.
I haven't seen the second one before.
That was pretty funny.
I just love that rhino scene where he's coming out butt naked.
Oh, I've seen that scene.
He's coming out of the ass of the rhino. And people are watching.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. My favorite is also a Jim Carrey movie. Actually, he's a main character. The Truman Show.
Oh, I love that movie. That movie's awesome.
It's a very different Jim Carrey performance, I feel like, but it's my favorite because I think it's so tightly written and the concept is so good and original, pulled off perfectly. The acting is insanely good from Jim Carrey and Ed Harris. The cinematography is beautiful. The score is beautiful, brings you to tears, and I think like the metaphors it suggests is the film can mean many, many different things. And I think about that every time I rewatch it. So that is why it is my favorite. 10 out of 10 on the Truman Show. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Next question. Let's pull them up. Where did I just put my phone? Oh, here it is. All right. Well, yeah, shout out to Cade Brooks for giving us that question. All right. We kind of already briefly talked about this. Hayden Dot the Fets asked, "What is the best Tarantino movie?"
Probably Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I
Pulp
agree.
Fiction.
Yeah, easily. That's an easy one. It's just like
Yeah.
you kind of.
I like all of his movies, but Pulp Fiction is the one that like stands out for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Fugs T asks, "What makes you passionate about film?" Guys.
Well, I don't know. I just I like watching movies. Movies are
Mhm.
entertaining, and I'm intrigued by them. Like I don't see myself. Well, I don't know. I don't really see myself going into like a profession with films, but I like films.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crash Landon.
I just don't know. It's like either you hate it or you like it. It's just
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
between.
Yes. Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
For me,
Fun
it's
to watch.
I'm pretty obsessed with it. I do want to go into the film one day. I don't know what exactly, but I do definitely want to go to film school and stuff.
Be a reviewer.
Maybe be a critic. I
Do you
don't
ever
know.
have like a desire to be a director?
Yeah, I do. I really want to look into it. I've been working on a screenplay for a movie for quite a while now.
Really?
It's not quite perfected yet,
What's it
but
called?
yeah, it is called. Well, the temporary working title is Night Visions. Me and Trevin Fugger actually came up with the concept, and then we wrote the script. And we were gonna make it, but then just to do shit, and then we didn't really make it. So then I've been changing it and making it like longer and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I love analyzing characters in film, and I love looking at it, and it's just my favorite thing. It's kind of hard to describe, but I just love it a lot. All right, let's do another one from Andrew _ LXC. What, in your opinion, qualifies something as being a good movie? That's a very interesting one. What makes a movie good for you guys versus like a bad one?
Oh, well, for me, I think I kind of base a movie on like two things.
Okay.
First, if the story is entertaining, you got to have an entertaining story.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest one.
Mhm.
Like your story's not good, the movie's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But I also cinematography I think plays a huge role in what makes a good movie because like you could have a good story, but then it's shot bad.
Yes.
You don't really get into it. But like you have beautiful shots. Like in the Truman Show, they have really good shots in there.
Beautiful shots. Yeah.
It really like brings the movie to life.
Mm-hmm. I would mostly agree with that, but I would say that like cinematography can be important or less important depending on like what it's really trying to be. Like a stupid fucking movie like Good Boys, that's not trying to like be some visual masterpiece, just like stupid comedy about like some kids running around. Like I don't think it's super important there. I think for me it's just presentation and effort and creativity. I think like is this movie presenting itself as what it's trying to be? And like what it really, really wants to do successfully. And if that's the case, then it's good. And in what goes into that is like good writing, obviously good acting is super important. Like good characters, like well developed and stuff like that. And also I look at effort and creativity. If there's like things being done that are unique and like just and you can tell that they're really trying to make something great. Like my least favorite movie of all time is Ghostbusters 2016, the remake of Ghostbusters, the fucking Melissa McCarthy. There's
terrible.
nothing like about that. Nothing's funny. No one tried. All the actors weren't trying. They just wanted a fucking paycheck. Nothing's there. And what it was trying to do, it completely failed on every way for me. And the cinematography in that wasn't only boring, it was actually like terrible. Like some shots were just embarrassing. So yeah, that's fucking awful movie. So I think that's pretty much the biggest thing that I look for. Crash Landon. What about you?
I think it does have to be entertaining. I
Okay.
don't think I don't like a movie that they're like trying too hard, if you know what I mean. Like if you can tell that they like tried way too hard making it, then I don't know. It
Oh,
kind
I
of
disagree with you on that. I think the harder
Yeah.
they try, the better it usually is.
Well, like pushing stuff that doesn't need to be pushed, like jokes and all that.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, all right, let's do should we do one more question?
Yeah.
One more question? All right. Joni Peterson asks, what makes a horror movie scary?
Oh,
That's a good one.
I think what it is. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I think what's his name? Heredity.
Yeah,
That
Hereditary or
director.
Ari Aster. Yep.
He masters the art of horror, and that's what the whole movie
Masters.
is. Like the whole movie, like you're expecting a jump scare, but there is no jump scare.
Yeah, there's no shitty jump
That's
scares
what makes
in either
it.
of his
That's what
movies.
makes it scary. You're anticipating something.
Tension. Yeah.
You're getting ready for it, but it
Yes.
never happens. But you're always on the edge of your seat, and I think that's what makes a great horror film.
Yeah. I like in Midsummer, the whole scene where they're just eating lunch at the table with like all these people. It's so weird because they're like there's nothing scary happening, but then it's just so awkward and unsettling, and you're like,
Which
okay, so what's definitely up with these people.
which
You
one?
know?
Which one?
The one
which,
right before the two old people commit suicide,
No.
just that super long like lunch scene where they're all just like sitting in silence eating, and the old people just start like moaning and fucking screaming at the end of the table. It's like, the
I
hell
did
is this?
in that movie. I liked it when it's the later one where the girl gets crowned as the
As an
queen or
May
whatever.
Queen.
Yeah, and I like it when her boyfriend's sitting there stoned out of his mind, and then
just
he looks
like
to
the
his right. He's like,
flowers are
"What's?"
like going.
Yeah,
and
the
shit,
flowers are moving, and he looks to his right. He's like, "What's going on?" And then the dude just collapsed at his face, just like, "What? What is going on?"
Oh my god!
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
that movie
Did
does
Reagan
really
just cut
well
out?
too. Did I cut out?
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh well, that movie does really well.
Yeah. Crash Landon. What do you say is like a super scary movie you've seen?
A super scary movie I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about is Halloween, but it wasn't even really that scary.
Halloween's good though. Just in
Yeah.
like, are you talking about the remake or like the original one?
I'm talking about the original one.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen the remake. I've only seen the original.
Yeah.
So.
The remake actually, they did a good job on that.
Yeah, they did a pretty good
Really?
job.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It just kind of I don't know. You can't really explain it. It's just if you don't get chills, then it's not really a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For what really makes it scary for me, I would definitely say is tension and just kind of like just kind of like the idea of what's there. But what really sells it for me in a lot of horror movies is like I don't usually weight acting super high, but in horror movies, I'd say if the acting is great, then I'm actually scared because like if a character is screaming and crying and like in misery and like the actor really sells it, I totally believe that.
Yeah,
Like
the
main actress,
lead in Midsummer.
in Midsummer, she is so good. The scene after like her sister dies and she's just crying, I was scarred by that. I'm like, wow, is that a performance? And I was scared.
I felt uncomfortable during that.
I did too.
I didn't even know how to feel. I'm like, we just
know.
saw this chick kill her two parents and herself.
Yeah.
What is happening right now? Yeah, right after seeing that, I knew that film was going to be something different.
Yeah, exactly. And so acting really sells it for me. And a lot of time visuals, not like jump scares, but like if there's just like if it's just holding on a really creepy looking thing on screen and it's like quiet, then I usually get scared by that. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is not a scary movie at all. It's for kids, but there was one really scary scene of just a fat, pale, creepy looking lady walking through like an empty hallway. And that kind of actually scared me a bit. I was like, yeah.
I thought it was a pretty scary movie. Like It. Like
It?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call that scary. I think it's great, actually. I love that movie, but I don't know if that really scared me too much. Some scenes were pretty good. Yeah, where he bites the kid's arm off, I think, is the scary.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. All right. There's actually just one more on here, so we might as well do it.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Let's see. Nico the filmmaker asks, "What's the best movie of 2019 so far?"
Oh, I don't know. I think for me, it's Once Upon a Time.
Okay, yeah. So you
Just
don't think
'cause
there's been like some fantastic, great movie to come out this year? There's just been like you thought that one was like really good, but there's nothing
Yeah.
that blew you away.
I know you're. I already know what you're gonna say, Matt.
Yeah,
That's
I love
whatever.
this movie.
Whatever.
Love this movie.
I've heard you say that. I still yet to see that, but like, I feel like a lot of people would say Endgame,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say
the
that.
common answer. Yeah.
it was good. But
I thought that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was like 0.1 better than Endgame.
yeah.
I just now realized that. Yeah, I thought that was really great.
Mm.
Okay, Crash, what's your answer?
Yeah, I was thinking about either Good Boys or Endgame.
Yeah,
I feel like I could watch Good Boys again. I don't know if I could watch Endgame again. It was just kind of slow until the action scene.
I did rewatch Endgame, and I rewatched it a few days ago, and I don't know, it kind of feels slower.
Yeah.
And it is a slower movie. I think that Infinity War is better by a significant margin than
Oh,
Endgame.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
um,
action sequences in Endgame are a lot better than Infinity War, I feel like.
I think the action. I disagree. I think that
Really?
like the fight scene with Star-Lord and Spider-Man and Iron Man and Thanos when they're on that one
Oh, yeah,
planet.
yeah.
Forgot the name of it. That scene,
Titan.
yeah, that Titan
was-
action scene, I think is great.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
that was awesome.
I like that a lot. I don't know. Action sequences go. I think like they're both equal in my book. I
I
think
feel like
they're
a lot more moments happened in Endgame. Like
Yeah, there's definitely
Captain
epic
America
moments happening.
held
like
Mjolnir. That was
yeah.
good.
I love though in Infinity War that scene where it's just Cap holding back Thanos' gauntlet. I think
Yeah.
that scene is
That was
so
awesome.
cool.
That was a really effective scene. Yeah,
As he's like screaming too, he's yelling.
I know. That was I for action scenes for me. It's like I didn't really like the action scene in Endgame. Like it was epic by scale, but my least favorite types of action scenes are just two huge armies just running at each other and then just slamming into each other, and like that's the entire scene. I don't really like that. I like it when it's more just characters closer up, like one on one. That's why I love the John Wick movies to death. Those every single action scene in that movie is flawless. But
About the feminist scene in Endgame.
whatever, they put it in there because they wanted to, but I don't really think it was
Yeah.
too disturbing. I thought it was fun. Like whatever, you know.
She's got help.
Yeah. But
And I love how all the women too were just
Yeah.
perfectly in that shot.
perfectly in that. It's all running.
Like, it's totally not planned. Not planned.
Totally not planned. Just coincidence. Yeah. Well, going back to the question, my favorite movie of the year by a significant margin. I do not think it's going to top. It's going to be top for this year. 9.6 out of 10. Neither of you guys have seen it. The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Acting, cinematography, score. The score is in my top 3 favorite film scores of all time. Not even kidding. And story is so good. And at the end, I was just left speechless, sitting in my seat, just staring at a black screen for like 5 minutes. 9.6. Very, very great. You guys got to get it because it came out on digital a few days ago. So you guys can rent it or buy it on iTunes or Google Play. So good. So yeah. Okay. Guys, we did it. First episode. We got it done. Hey, yay. All right.
All right.
Sweet. Well, guys, tune in to Idaho Film Boys next Friday. We plan to do this every Friday, I think, until I don't fucking know, one of us dies. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you all later.